What's going on, y'all? This your boy Jay Gibson, and you are watching Boss Talk Live, the hottest platform in the streets. We got a lot of people coming in tonight, so we're not gonna waste no time. We're gonna get right to it. Um, had some technical difficulties. Sorry about that. This internet is acting a little stupid, but we're gonna still make it happen. So, just let me know. Let me see. Put something in the chat if you can see me, just so I know what's going on. Okay, we froze up. Hold on one second. See. Can you hear me, John?
I can hear you.
All right, but you can't see me, right?
Correct.
I don't know what's going on with this, man. I'm gonna put you solo, so let the people know who you are, what you're doing, and what you got going on with your new book that's out. While I'm on the background, I'm gonna work on some of these technical difficulties. But let's go ahead and get the show rolling.
All right. My name is John McLean, and I'm the author of the book, The Holocaust Triggerization, The Scourge of the African American Nation. What the book deals with is some of the mindsets, mentalities, and some of the things that affect our community in a negative way. And I'm not talking about so much the racism from without, but I'm talking about how we react to the racism and how we internalize the racism. And as a result, how we defeat ourselves in many cases when other people and other people groups had racism against them down through the centuries and down through history. And at the same time, they have not internalized the hatred, the racism, the aggression in quite the same way that some of us have. Again, not all of us, but some of us. We have a great history and legacy of overcoming against the odds. For example, very few people, if any people, were brought into chattel slavery, but at the same time, no other people have the grand and glorious history of we do of overcoming that chattel slavery and overcoming that attempt to subjugate us for centuries on end. And at the same time, unfortunately, in the last 30 or 40 years, somehow we've internalized the hatred in a way that our previous generations did not. This being the case, we have to come to a reckoning now in the year of 2020, because we can't wait for another people group to love us. We can't wait for other people to love us. We're going to have to love ourselves, because again, God is on our side. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about that, because if he wasn't, we wouldn't be where we're at right now, in spite of everything that's been done to us and everything that people have tried to do to us, and quite frankly, things that we tried to do to each other. Because I'll give you an example. While we talk about what's happening with police brutality, we need to look at the brutality that we inflict upon ourselves. And again, if you were to be candid, if you were to be honest, and if you were to be keeping it 100, a lot of times we're not afraid of the police from without. We're afraid of our brothers from within. We got to deal with that. We got to deal with that frankly. We got to deal with that boldly. We got to deal with that lovingly. And we got to deal with that courageously. That's part of what the book is about. Because again, I grew up in the hood. I grew up in Detroit, and I experienced many of the things that I talk about in the book. As a matter of fact, I experienced just about all of them. My life now is completely different than what it was at 16 or 17. As a matter of fact, if the Lord had not intervened, I might not be talking to you today. I may not be alive, but by his grace and by his mercy, I'm here today. I'm alive and I'm able to tell the story. And the other part of it is that I'm here to help fight for. I've been one of the many people fighting for the children of Flint in regards to making sure that the special needs children of Flint have what they need. I've also helped my wife fight the civil rights fight, her job. I've also fought fights in my own career. So I'm not speaking in a vacuum. And I've also helped my children avoid this Holocaust that I'm talking about, because as you well know, many times the fellows in the street will try and turn you out. For example, they tried to make my son Judas of the week, bastard of the month, and trigger of the year. And you know what trigger rhymes with? And that's one of the issues, which I'll get into in a little bit. How that we have been given the garbage, we've been given the scraps, we've been given the leftovers, and we've made it into delicacy. And even now, with certain words and certain terminology, we're attempting to do the same thing all over again.
Right,
Julie,
right. I mean, I think you definitely set the table for tonight. For people who don't know, this is a brother that definitely puts his work in. He's from the neighborhood, in the Detroit Flint area, and I wanted to go back a little bit in your storyline. For a lot of people, the first time they heard about Flint, if you weren't from Michigan, was the water crisis. So I was interested in letting the viewers hear from somebody who's from the town, and then I'm gonna bring somebody on to give their perspective as well. My man Sticks, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get him in the building because that's a younger perspective. And he's also been running around the country all summer. So we're gonna get his perspective and see what, where he can go with it. But I wanted to hear from your view, the Flint water crisis from the beginning, and then the infamous moment with President Obama coming to drink that water, talking about if the water looked fine, but they wouldn't be giving out $600-700 million allegedly if the water would have been fine. So you break it down.
Well, Julian, first of all, thank you. And by the way, I just wanted to you had me kind of go off to what I call the off to the races. So first of all, let me just back up a little bit and say I appreciate you having me on tonight, and I appreciate the wonderful job you're doing. I appreciate how you're representing and how you're doing a wonderful job over there in Jersey. So I definitely appreciate that. In regards to that infamous moment, I saw that infamous moment, and unfortunately, that kind of sort of tells us where we're at, in the sense of we can't wait for a savior from any particular persuasion of people. We got to be our own savior, because of the simple fact is that if you're waiting on the Democratic Party, or if you're waiting on the Republican Party, you're waiting on two sides of the same coin, opposite sides of the same coin. So in all reality, but let me say this before I go on. You need to participate in somebody's party. You need to participate in the system. You need to work from within to change the system, because I hear a lot of people talk about bump the system and blank the system and all of that. But my question is, my friend, what are you going to replace the system with? What are you going to, because for example, with the water crisis, I'll say it to you like this. That could have never happened in Grand Blanc. That could have never happened in Flushing, suburbs of Flint, Michigan. That could have never happened in Livonia, a suburb of Detroit. That never could have happened in Grosse Pointe. The fact of the matter is that the city fathers, mostly Caucasian, of course, thought that they could save a few bucks. They tried to save something like 10 or 20 million, and it ended up costing over $500 million. I'm not talking about the settlement, because again, the settlement really changed when you consider the number of people. When you consider the number of people, you're talking about $600 million, and you're talking about what? Excuse me, you're talking about what? 100 million? I'm sorry, 100,000 people. And what does that amount to per person? So when you look at it that way, that's really not a large settlement at all. It sounds astronomical, but really it is not. But now back to when you talk about the water crisis, again, this is part of a systemic legacy. There's a report that was done by the Michigan Department of Civil Rights, and I'll tell you, that is a report that anybody is available. You just look up Michigan Department's MDCR Flint water crisis, Google that, and you will find a 100-page report that gives you a breakdown of the historic oppression that has taken place and how that systemic oppression and racism were prevalent in Flint for a long, long time. Think about Flint, for example. You had, I'll give you an example of this, racism and oppression. You really didn't have a black dentist in Flint until 1950. Think about that. You had black dentists in Detroit in the 1890s. Now you think about the difference in the professional class. You think about how oppressed a place had to be for it not to have black professionals like dentists until 1950. That'll give you an idea of how suppressed this area was. Does that help to answer the question, Julian?
Yeah. I mean, definitely, we needed somebody who's been on the ground, you know, to give that perspective. Because when I have somebody from a different, from a different part of the country, I always want the people that we're not just talking about it. These are people who are from the community and have in the community. So, when you talk about your book Triggerization, let's talk about how your upbringing, how you feel like you're basically contributed to the state that Flint is in now. You know what I mean? Like the violence and the things happened in the community over the years. How has that played into, what's going on today as far as the political process? We saw it was a whole lot of things going on with the governor up there and everything else. So how do you touch on some of those topics in the book so that, we can relate it to, current events?
Interestingly enough, Julian, in the book, a lot of the dealing with particular geographies, dealing with certain localities, I deal more with Detroit and Mississippi than I do Flint. And I guess the main reason why is that the way I look at it is that Flint has been maligned enough. Flint has been dogged enough. So that being the case, I made God a promise. I said, Lord, as long as I'm here, I'm going to do my best to, as long as you have me here, I'm going to do my best to uplift this place. I will not malign this place. I will not criticize this place. I will not be part of the problem. I will be part of the solution. And that's one thing that I've been happy to be part of in regards to, for example, I talked about getting dollars for the special needs children, being one of the many people, helping to get dollars for the special needs children. There was a formula, unjust formula that was implemented, that was used by the Genesee Intermediate School District. Matter of fact, interestingly enough, as of November 24th, the state superintendent of Michigan schools says that the GISD, the Genesee Intermediate School District, special education funding formula does not meet the needs of Flint students. And so, matter of fact, just to read a brief portion of this, a paragraph, State Superintendent Michael Rice determined Tuesday, this was just Tuesday, this past Tuesday, that the formula used by the Genesee Intermediate School District to distribute special education funds among local districts was unfair and did not provide for the needs of Flint students. Due to this ruling, the GISD will have to modify its current formula. In other words, they're going to have to distribute more money to the special needs children of Flint, which have been adversely affected because of the lead poisoning caused by the water crisis. Now, the GISD wanted to act like that Flint did not have a special situation based upon the poisoning that was induced by the water. So a number of community activists, ministers like myself, and others got busy pushing and pressing the issue, along with a lawsuit filed by the ACLU, another suit filed by the Flint Community Schools, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken in that one. But the point is this, is that you had a number of community interests, community activists, and community players that got involved, and people put aside our differences, and we said we wanted to help the children of Flint, regardless of what things we had, issues of the past or whatever the case was. We put all that aside. And that's one thing that's really important. If it can happen here, Julian, it can happen in Chicago, it can happen in Detroit, it can happen in other places across the country. We put aside our differences. And that's one reason why we accomplished so much. In my book, I talk about how that we accomplished so much in the 60s with civil rights, even though people didn't think we accomplished enough fast enough, but people were willing to sacrifice their lives. They had their husbands killed. I'm talking about people like Merle Evers. And her husband was killed by a cowardly sniper by the name of Byron D. LeBeckwith. And of course, he wasn't brought to justice until 30 years later. But the point is now, the irony of that whole thing, Julian, is this: the same neighborhood that Merle Evers' husband got shot in, that same neighborhood, black folks are afraid to walk the neighborhood at night. And not because of the KKK or some skinhead or some militia, or they're scared to walk the neighborhood because of Jaquavius and dudes like him. Now think about that. That's what the book is about. How do we deal with that? Because again, growing up in Detroit, my issue wasn't the white dude. My issue was not my issue was the quote unquote brother who made my life. That was my issue.
Right.
My issue was the brother trying to turn me out, trying to make me doofus of the week, bastard of the month, and trigger of the year. That was my issue. So, I was just a kid who wanted to go to school, get good grades, make something of myself. But nah, fellas didn't like that, Julia. And that's the reality that so many of our young black men in particular go through every single day. And that's the unspoken thing. That's the thing that's unspoken of in many of our communities. We don't want to deal with it. We want to blame it on the white man. We want to blame it on the economy. But at the same time, Julian, every single day, by the decisions we make, we're creating our own economy. We're creating our own situation. We're creating our own madness in our own neighborhoods. Matter of fact, let me break it down even further. Because of what we allow in our homes, what I call in chapter number 2, the jungle in every room of our house. What we're creating is cray-cray that spreads out into the neighborhoods.
Right.
That's what we're doing. Now, again, our homes, that's the thing we got to understand. Our homes are within our control.
Right.
We control our homes. We can't blame that on Trump. We can't blame that on Fox News. We can't blame that on Breitbart. We can't blame that on OAN or any other right-wing conservative, racist, skinhead, militia. I can go down the list. That's within our control. We control that. But what do we allow into our homes? Do we allow messages of hope, or do we allow ratchet messages of despair? And that choice is entirely within our control.
Right. Now, I definitely feel where you're coming from, but I want to get some other people in so we can get their perspective. So I'm going to jump. I'm going to add a couple people right now to the live. They've been sitting, patiently, and I'm going to get them in here. I'm trying to just bear with me, fellas, for 1 second. We're going to do this. I'm going to add my man Sticks to the stream and bring him in so we can get him in. And then I got my man Wayne the Barber, who's also a Michigan native. Let me see. You should be in. All right, so Sticks, you in. Let me see. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. So Wayne, if you can hear me. All right. So yeah, just unmute the mics and then y'all good to go. All right.
So you had me on water.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on, yeah.
What's that?
I'm on mute.
Can you hear?
Yeah, they can hear us.
No, can you hear them? What are they talking
I can't hear.
All right. Can y'all Wayne, can you hear me, Wayne?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let them know who you are, what you got, what's going on at the shop. You know, this is a brother who does not only the local haircuts, but also celebrities, people like Jalen Rose, you know, a bunch of others. I'll let him introduce himself. But you know, then we're gonna get to my man Stick so he can let everybody know what he got going on. But what's going on with you, Wayne?
Hey, how you doing, man? I appreciate for being on, man. The invitation, John. Good to see you, brother.
Good to
And
see you.
nice to meet the guy in the middle. But yeah, man. The Jalen Rose, that was a picture that I shared. I can do that haircut, and that's what I put out there to show people that this is what I do. I haven't got a chance to cut Jalen Rose. I just wanted to set the record straight. But I am Wayne the Barber from Flint, Michigan. I'm a philanthropist, community activist. I'm an entrepreneur, and most importantly, I'm a family man. Owner of Park Place Hair Studio, LLC. Um, we have a program, How the Clipper Saved My Life, which circles around the youth. It's a mentorship initiative to help them get on track if they off track, um, treat them like family if they don't have family, and teach them a barber skill. You know, maybe they want to do something else, but at least get them on track of wanting to do something with their lives before they end up in prison or in the grave early. So uh, we do a lot out here in Flint, man. Me and my wife, she's she's like my right arm, man. So, and I ain't good with my left arm, so I need my right arm. You get what I'm saying? Uh, she's been in the industry over 20 years. Um, she works for one of the top ranked institutions out here in Michigan, GCI. Uh, she's the bomb.com, man. You know, so it ain't Wayne the Barber without my wife. So I had to give her a shout out.
Right. That's only right.
Yeah.
So so Sticks, let the people know what's going on with you.
I can't
Muted.
Muted.
I think you back.
Muted.
All right.
Oh,
Now,
I'm
There
sorry.
you go.
Yeah. What I'm doing right now, pretty much like everybody else out there, just trying to survive, you know, with myself and my family. Yeah. But I have been doing a lot of traveling past, so I gotta see different parts of the country and how they handling the pandemic. If that was wanted to be discussed, we could talk about that.
no, I was saying, just let them know what's going on, the differences between the states, like what's going on in places like California where you spend a lot of time, and then other parts of the country where they may not seem so serious about it.
Yeah. Okay. This I'm with California a few times, and the first thing I really noticed as far as California and the different states I've been to is the homelessness. Like it's crazy. It's a lot of it out there. I mean, these guys are outside taking showers and cooking, and I mean they have like little apartments basically just on every corner. When I say every corner, I mean every corner, every bridge. I mean it's everywhere. That's the first thing I noticed. But then the second thing I noticed is you can drive down the block and then you in the hills and you went $5 million mansions. You know, I thought about that, and it was just like people say they want to help the homeless by just giving them food, you know, or even a shelter. But when I look at them and I thought about it, it's like helping homeless, solving homelessness is so much more. It's mental health, it's education, it's bigger than just handing food out every Thanksgiving. And just saying that divide just I don't know, it really just made me just think about how this country is as far as how we treat people who are lower than us. And that's one thing I noticed about between Atlanta and Los Angeles, even though it goes on out here in Atlanta as well, but it's not on the scale that it is out in LA.
Right. So I know some of the other commentary, that we just finished up with the election. I know we always go back and forth, you know what I mean? But talk about it from your perspective of what you think going into 2021. People need to hear as far as just from the everyday person. Sometimes, we have business leaders, we have community leaders, but just I want to hear just from the hood and from the community themselves, because you're definitely a guy who always, is intelligent, knows what he's talking about. And just give them your perspective on where we're at right now, where you think things are going to.
All right, I'm gonna say this: is Biden won. I'm happy about that, but he's not the I guess the magic we need. Like it's going to take a lot more than just him. He's the first step in that, but we're going to need a lot more. I mean, we still have in Georgia right now. We have to these two senators really, the two Democrats have to win for any real change to happen. Because I don't know if you guys follow politics, but when Obama was in office, Republicans basically just stopped everything he did. Like Mitch McConnell basically said, "I'm not doing anything. I'm not going to work in a period." So no matter how
Right.
no matter how much you want bipartisanship, it's not going to happen if one side doesn't want to engage in it. And if these two senators here in Georgia don't win, it's going to be more of the same. It's not going to get any different. We're going to be backlog. It's going to be nothing. There's going to be no aid. There's going to be no housing help. It's not going to be any unemployment benefits of those who are employed. It's just going to be a real big mess and a lot of the same. But as far as Donald Trump, I really don't like to discuss him no more because he's gone. Like I don't even want to acknowledge him anymore. I'm just happy he's not going to be in the news as much. I'm just so happy about that, you know. But as far as doing the street, I mean, that watches politics, it's going to be a lot more civil. It's not going to be as much back and forth and having silly conversations over why he tweeted something. It's basically back to normal. Back to normal, which is better than what we just had.
Right. I feel you. All right, we back in the building. So, I don't know, man. I mean, it's a lot of things going on in society right now. I mean, John laid it out pretty clearly. I think, Wayne, with you being somebody who's in the community, and you got the kids out there, and you're talking to people, everyday people as well. Talk about what you're hearing in the barbershop. People who necessarily always got a side hustle, or people who might have been out of work. What's the word from the barbershop? Oh, he's still on mute. All right, so we're gonna go to John. What are you hearing from the youth, the people that you?
I mean, if you want, I can tell you what's going on.
This boss talk, bro. We keep it in. I know John. He's the preacher, so he's gonna clean it up for us at the end of the show. But we going in, man. I had a little.
I think Wayne's there.
Now we warmed up, so let's get to it. Let's get to it.
I think Wayne and froze. I just want to tell you right here. Another thing I noticed just this summer about how during the pandemic, everybody wasn't working, wasn't no going on. There wasn't no money basically being circulated through the economy. That's what I'm thinking. But I went to the mall to pick something up, and as I'm in the mall, this is Lenox Mall. It's a pretty high-end mall, Fifth Plaza. I'm in there, and I'm seeing it's a line at the Gucci store. It's a line at the Louis Vuitton store. I'm like, yo, what's going on? And then I start looking around. I'm seeing just a lot of paper tags. Just everybody got paper tags. People you really usually wouldn't see paper tags. I'm like, what's going on? Like, why? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And I ask around because I'm kind of in the street a little bit, and then I find out that it's just a lot of scamming out there right now.
a lot of them PPP loans.
Yeah, a lot of PPP, a lot of unemployment scamming going on, and basically right now that's what's kind of feeding the hood. Like I'm driving down Rodale Drive, and all I see is young black kids. That's it. That's it. So I can assume that's what's going on. That's what's going on.
I was going to ask you. I'll see story about the prisoners that were getting unemployment. It was crazy, man. Like, for people who don't know, there was a story about they've been finally catching up with all of these different scams and people that took advantage of the loans that went out for the PPP and EIDL loans from the government. But what happened is they're not on top of the records. Yeah. So it was people on death row. They said it was about 100-something people that were on death row that were actually giving unemployment checks.
Yeah, getting checks. Yeah.
So that's the ultimate scam. But my thing is, doesn't the prison check your mail? So when they say, well, who the hell is sending these unemployment checks? And one of the dudes was Scott Peterson. Y'all might know he murdered his wife and kids and all that. And he getting a check. I mean, if anybody's name gonna get flagged, his name pop up, bro. Like, come on, dog. Like, so I think the wardens or somebody was in on that, because how do you not see the mail that these dudes is on death row? They ain't got a letter in 10 years, and now they get
a check. It's a debit card. It's a debit card. You get a debit card there.
It's crazy. So, like you said, people are out here, everybody's stunting, everybody, they had one dude driving Lamborghinis and all of that. They caught him.
Yeah.
Yeah, people in the rap game, stuff like that. You know, so it's a lot going on. But Wayne, what you think? What you think about what you hearing about what's going on? I mean, like I said, you one of the barbers, so you're definitely part of the community. So I want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Your mic is live.
So
Yeah.
the mic sound really distorted, but I kind of heard your question. But yeah, the mics is real. I don't know, it's distorted a little bit.
Okay,
can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you. I can hear you pretty good though. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm answering the question the best of my ability. So out here in the community of Flint, you know, we have a lot of politicians that come through the shop because we're in the heart of downtown Flint. So you have like the mayor of Flint, you have Kamala Harris and Kevin Stabenow. They came down some weeks ago before, you know, she became vice president of the United States. And one of the first places they came to were the barber shop and then the bookstore, which is next towards comic book store. I'm not a huge political guy, but I pay attention to, you know, the things that affects me, my family, and my community. So I look at politics like gangs. Like, you know, you got your Bloods, you got your Crips, right? You know, and from my standpoint, I look at it like, you know, when the era took place where the Bloods and Crips, when they band together, then more things got done, if you will. So I kind of look at politics in that manner. You know, you have to pick a side, or you could just not pick a side. You know, so through my life, I always been a neutral guy. You get what I'm saying? So, but you know, it's a lot of things taking place from the top to the bottom. Like, you know, for instance, you know, in the state of Michigan, they want to deregulate the barber industry and you know, just the beauty industry as a whole. They don't want to do reform. They just want to abolish the license. So I had to get schooled yesterday at the barbershop on what it's going to mean if they deregulate it. Now, me loving the industry that I'm in, I took offense to them trying to deregulate until I got knowledge on the benefits if they do deregulate it. So now, yesterday I learned of a different perspective on that whole situation, and it all goes back to politics, of course. So it's a lot of things that me and a wife we're gonna have in place when 2021 Flint gonna be a place to be, a place to come visit, you know, a place to just, you know, come see what's to talk about, because there's a lot of things that besides the water crisis, you know, of course, I don't think that's going to ever be an ending thing. I think that's going to be probably for the rest of our life. That's the ones that's going to stick around. That's just my take on that. So, but when it comes to the community, man, you know, I try to have, you know what I'm saying, people from where I'm from, like John said, he you know, came up, you know, from the hood and different places like that. So I done came up in them concrete jungles myself. And I tell you, man, I never thought that I could even be here to talk about these things that concerns me. And it's going to be a lot of great things that's going to take place here in Flint, man, real soon. And you'll be seeing more and hearing more from Wayne Barber and the things that I'm involved in, and moving the needle on a lot of things taking place, and that's up and coming.
All right, that's good. That's good. So let the people know where they can reach you at. You know, when anybody looking for your services, anybody that want to connect with your program, where's somewhere that they can reach out to you?
Like, 1 second, man. It was scrolled. I didn't hear anything. Okay, can you say it again, Jay?
No, I'm saying let the people know where they can reach you and you know, come visit your shop and any of your programs.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. You can reach me at Wayne the Barber on Facebook, Wayne the Barber on Facebook and Instagram. If you ever come to Flint, or if you in Flint, you come in to Magnificlips. That's located at 134 2nd Street, downtown Flint. And the website is w at waynethebarber.com.
All right. All right. So we're gonna check on you next time. You're gonna come back. Let the people know what you got going on. We're gonna get back to Sticks. What's going on with you, Sticks? So I know you look like you about to pass out, bro. So I'm gonna let you say what you need to say for the outro. But I mean, what's some things that you think coming up for 2021 people need to look into, and it's gonna be on the front burner of the news? Because I wanted to throw a few things out real quick. I've been watching this stuff about it started last night with them talking about how many people you can have in your home. And I think that's something that's critical that we need to look into because, like, as far as I know, I'm here in Maryland. They were talking about the security, basically police out riding around trying to tell people how many people they can have in their home. And then now with this contact tracing and all of that, they're actually giving out free training. So people that's looking for a job, if they want something to do, go on to Coursera. Coursera, I think it's .org, and they do have free training because they're going to be hiring. But what do you brothers think? Both of y'all can take this question before we ride out on this topic. But what do you think that this thing can escalate to? And do you think we're being distracted with the whole Gucci Man, Jeezy, and the Tyson fight, the Maul, and all of that? And nobody's paying, even with Trump, with all of the drama with the tweets and will he concede and all of that, and nobody's paying attention to the new regime that's coming in and the rules that's going to be put in place. So what I would like to get both of y'all first, Sticks, then we'll end with John. We got to unmute.
Yeah, as far as that, what did you hear that about how many people you can have?
Well, I know here in Maryland, they already were limited it to 10. And I think de Blasio said something like that in New York. Now, that was for Thanksgiving, but I'm guessing anytime these numbers go up, they're going to try to tell you. That's the first time that they actually said they was, handing out tickets to enforce. Basically, the rules they've been putting on the businesses, they were telling people large gatherings. So you could think Christmas, New Year's, start getting rolled out.
Segments in house. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's something I was worried about, but I'm more concerned about vaccine, when it comes out and the vaccine, and if people even will want to take it, and if people don't take it, will we be forced to take it? That's one thing I'm concerned about.
Right. All right. So, John, what you think about that? Because I know personally, I ain't taking no vaccine, man. I need to wait till like 5 years.
Yeah,
I'm not taking it. Cool.
Nothing wrong with being a late adopter. You could be a late adopter.
Right. Because I think they're gonna come with the schools first, and everybody got to have their kids. Obviously, like the MMR vaccines. And I'm not saying that
frontline workers will get it. The senior citizens will get it. So. You'll have the what you call the critical parts of the population getting it first,
right?
But again, the whole thing about distraction, Trump and all of that, or the other distractions. Let me say this: is that I want you to keep in mind what certain people that come over to this country will still be doing. All right, I'm gonna say this to you. What makes this country great? Not make America great again. What makes this country great is the simple fact that you got more people risking their lives to come to this country than you do wanting to leave this country. And as long as America is that type of country where people risk their lives and risk getting deported, risk getting sent back, risk going to jail, as long as this country remains like that, this country will be great. But you got to ask yourself a question. Why are these people risking their lives to come over here in the fashion that they are if this country sucks?
Over here.
So I guess what I'm saying, there must be something pretty decent about this country if
Right.
they're risking their lives to come over here on boats, crossing the border, under tunnels, etc., etc. That's what I want you to look out for in 2021, because you're going to still see people risking their lives to make a run for the border, come over here. That's what you're going to find, in spite of the COVID and everything else. Because again, back to the COVID thing. Yeah, Biden is more prone to shut this thing down than Trump ever would be. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about that. And so, here's the point: Trump rolled the dice, and it came with snake eyes. You know, you look at a country like South Korea, population of 55 million people, they have less than 1,000 COVID deaths, and we have how many now? 250,000 plus, and having about 2,000 COVID deaths a day. I'll just say to you, if the rates of death keep on going up, the new administration is going to have to do something. And so, and what they're going to have to do, though, they have to release some type of stimulus package. Because I'll just say it to you, what sticks. I enjoyed what you were saying, because again, you talk about, folks had their own stimulus package compliments of treatment. Because again, the money flowed freely. Like it, I mean,
it flowed. It
never did before.
Steve Mnuchin's on CNBC, like, just apply, you're going to get it. Like he
and he was right.
Yeah. Everybody got it.
And as long as they didn't go crazy with Lambos and that type of thing.
Yeah, no, they did. That's why they're in jail right now.
Yeah, basically. I mean, the guy with the $10 million scam, I'm like, come on, dude. You know your business wasn't nowhere near. You ain't even had no deposits.
First to buy Lamborghini.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. But like I said, I appreciate both of y'all for coming through the show. Let everybody know where they can reach you. John, I know you got the book, so I'll let you go first. Where can people get the book at? The Triggerization. I don't want to mess the title up, but basically,
the Triggerization. You can find it on Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon.com. Excuse me. Also, and by the way, that's not a COVID call. So just
hey man, I may have to send them people to your house, John. I don't know, man. He was last seen on Boston. Next week, we don't know what happened.
Look, dude, if I'm wearing an orange jumpsuit, I know where to come look for you.
Hey, man, I ain't got nothing to do with it, man.
But also, Who Stole My Life? The website. Stole My Life.com.
Right.
So you'll find the direct reference to the book. It's really the landing page for the book. Who Stole My Life.com. And it deals with, matter of fact, the shirt I started to wear on the show tonight, instead of my shirt dealing with the book itself, I got another shirt that, pardon the expression, gentlemen, it says nigger, nigga, or neither. And of course, the neither is checked, because we're not a nigger, we're not niggas, and we're neither. And see, that's one. Finally, I had to say this. See, the whole thing about us using the N-word, again, what we've done is we've taken the garbage and the scraps and tried to turn it into a delicacy. That's what we, just like we took chitterlings. It's in chitterlings, and turned it into a delicacy. We're trying to do the same thing verbally with words that we shouldn't even be using.
Right. So we appreciate you, man. Sticks, let them know where they can reach you at. If you got any questions, you do some acting as well. So, like I said, Sticks is just, and my brother John, these are people that you'll see, when topics come up, when they got something to promote, and they bring them through and let them give their perspective. So just let them know where they can find you at and what you got going on.
Yeah, you can just reach me on IG at Sam Shade 1117 SAMSAD 11117. That's about it.
All right. So I salute both of y'all brothers. Y'all be safe. Enjoy the holiday weekend. Appreciate y'all coming through. And
thank you.
All right, no doubt. You know what I mean? Like I said, anytime you guys want to come through, you got something going on, or we just got a crazy topic, or like my man Sticks, you were just enjoying the weekend. Just come on through. Let's get this content, all right? All right, I'm going to chop it up with y'all next time. All right, peace.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a good Sticks, great meeting you.
That definitely. All right, so that's hour one of the stream. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we just getting warmed up because we have some dope artists coming on. We got artists from Chicago. We got artists from Texas. We're gonna be debuting tonight. So we got a lot of stuff going on. So let's get to that intro real quick for the second half. You know what I mean? Just so we can kind of break everything up. Like I said, appreciate you now with me. If you're watching this live, wherever you're watching this, you can leave a comment and I'll see it and we'll highlight your comment. So if you got a question for the guests, you know what I'm saying, just let us know and we'll get to it. Just bear with me for 1 second. There's been a lot of stuff going on with the internet. I don't know what the hell's going on with the internet company tonight, but the bill is paid. So let's get to this intro and we're going to get back. We got my man Doe from the Go. We got TZ Dub, one of Chicago's finest. And then I got my man Tommy Brooks from Texas. He's going to be breaking it down, chopping up that game. Let's get to it. All right. So we back. This is Boss Talk Live, the #1 online streaming show for artists, entrepreneurs. If you're a community activist, if you're selling t-shirts in front of the Chicken Shack, this is where you want to be at. This is Boss Talk Live, man. We also represent one of the largest networks of DJs, tastemakers, industry people that's just in the know, people that help push the buttons that make things happen. So first and foremost, let me get some of my bosses in the room, and then we're going to debut the artists, and we're going to get to the music and all that, but I had to bring my bosses through. So we're going to add my man Doe from the Go, and my man Tommy will be on in a second too. But what's going on, Doe? You know what I'm saying? Let them know what's up with you.
You already know, man. Doe from the Go, man. Repping Chicago. I'm in the building. Shout out Boss Talk.
Definitely. So talk about your movement, you know what I'm saying? What's going on in Chicago? I know there's a lot of things that's going on, a lot of, I say turmoil, a lot of turbulence right now in the streets. So talk about from a Chicago perspective. I love to have people, as you've seen, we just had people from Michigan on the show, cats from Atlanta on the show. So now you in Chicago. So let the streets know what's going on as far as I know the King Von situation happened. You got some people down with Quando, some people down with Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? I'm for hip hop. So whoever's down with whatever, we just want somebody from that part of the country to speak on it and see, and then we can take the conversation from there.
Unfortunate situation, but again, I hope that's a lesson, and it's teaching us, about petty things and leaving petty things out of situations, especially when you're already blessed and you're able to make millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So, rest in peace to that man. Rest in peace to FBG Duck and everybody else who lost their life to just a senseless violence. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, Chicago has developed an eclectic, different sound. I mean, people would say it started with Chief Keef with the drill music and all that. And I know you got the music and stuff that your artist has, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It has a different vibe to it, and I think that's what makes it stand out. But talk about the drill scene for a second, and how is that influencing the whole Chicago sound? Or, if you have something different, how are the DJs reacting to it? How are the streets reacting to it?
Well, there is no Chicago sound. Chicago is a diverse place. You know what I mean? It's just that the drill sound was a rebirth for an era. You know what I'm saying? Back in 2012, up until now, and a lot of those artists emerged to become successful, and they happen to be drill artists. But there's a lot of different diverse styles and a lot of different diverse elements to Chicago musically. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, so let's talk about, your label, your movement, your artists, what makes y'all the next level and what y'all bringing to the game.
I got several brands. One is the most noted, Stacker Starve. That's like a DJ coalition, mixtapes. We broke a lot of artists on the drill scene. We handle marketing, mix show, all type of shit, man. We just do it. You know what I'm saying? And then I got the clothing line, Bag Language, shopbaglanguage.com. I also got a water company, Hydro Water. Just, hustling, man. Got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm all about independence. I'm all about the artists. I manage several artists. I consult several artists and labels, and I hold accounts for labels like Def Jam and 300 and things like that. So I'm always working, man. I'm in the street.
Right. So who are some of the hottest new artists coming out of Chicago and that whole area? Because I know there's a whole movement right now. We want to make sure your artists are
be on the lookout. Like I said, TZ Duh came by Deem. Look out for him. There's a trap artist by the name of 90. He's coming real hard. There's a lot of different good talent from the streets of Chicago. It's just all about the timing. It's a timing thing with Chicago. It's all about when it hits and when it doesn't hit, or it's in a season or not. You know what I'm saying? But niggas is working.
Okay. So, we're going to get your artists on in a minute, but I just wanted to kind of, just get the vibe of where you think the scene is going for next year. I mean, right now we've seen a certain, few artists that were charting and getting that buzz. But now, every time it's a new year, it's going to be first quarter. Where do you see the game going as far as the distribution of music? It's a lot of beefing with the labels right now. Kanye's going at it. Travis Scott is going. I mean, not Travis Scott. What's old girl? Taylor Swift. I mean, is going at it. You also have, it was somebody else major. Dave Chappelle is going at it.
Yeah. So it's all about independence. It's basically independence. Independence is the name of the game. Ownership is the name of the game. And when you combine those two, you're unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? So, and being independent and owning your work, and being able to monetize and live off of it forever is what matters. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's teaching us all. I'm not saying that there's a lot of people that didn't know that, but monetizing is where it's at as far as your ownership. So, it's really not about labels and all of that. It's just all about making the right things happen for yourself and just owning, what you have.
All right, dope. So explain to the streets what that entails, because a lot of people talk independence and they don't really know what it entails. I know from my early days of working, putting out music, where we had to still duplicate the CDs and the DVDs. We had to fly to the conferences. We had to get the posters. It was a plug just to get to connect to the real graphics dude that could print you out the full, the label posters. And the little intricacies of the game where people say they want to be independent. But I think what we bring to the table with Boss Talk is, like you said, not just the music aspect, but the actual back end infrastructure to build an artist and turn them into a boss. Because at the end of the day, nobody's movement is moving if it ain't people working for you, if you're not cutting checks, if you don't got security, if you don't got people in the office who could deal with the administrative, so the artist could be the artist. So, I just wanted to get your perspective on when you're starting these labels and you're starting a movement, whether it's clothing, or music, what do you think is critical to put your team together? What's the first few things you need?
Definitely a plan, overall plan, execution. And, you got to have good people around the situation. Everybody has to play their role. You know what I mean? So whatever it is a person on your team does, if they do it correctly, everybody should win collectively. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I'm with you. So let's get another boss to the table, and then we're going to get to the artist. Not that he ain't a boss, but you know what I'm saying? We just got to get the executives, they shine, because y'all don't ever get y'all shine. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Let's get my man Tommy Brooks on the street, you know what I mean? Let him talk and introduce yourself to the people. You live, Tommy. Can you hear us? I think you got to unmute.
Mm-hmm.
It should be right down at the bottom. You gotta hit the unmute. All right. Well, we'll get back to Tommy. He might be having some Okay, I hear you. Are you here? You hear me?
My bad. My name is Tommy Brooks. I'm all around. I'm the founder of Amplify by Us. and I help artists. I help artists with marketing and promotions and all of that. You know.
Word.
All right, so talk about, like we just were discussing, being independent, all the components that it takes to pull off and create these movements. We saw, we saw a No Limit do it. We've seen a bunch of people do it over the years, and successfully do it. So, talk about what a person would need if they just starting out and they want to get independent and they want to build their artists to really turn this into a business.
I mean, first you got to start with the, paperwork. You got to get that paperwork together. So
Right.
once you get that paperwork together, you get you a strategic plan, try to build you a team, brand up, get you some marketing, and go from there, A lot of people, they try to get into public relations, but they be moving backwards, You don't get public relations first. You get that paperwork together, and get you some branding and everything. Hopefully you'll get a business plan as well, because you is a business owner, so have your business plan.
Right. And that's critical. I think a lot of people don't understand that you're a business within a business. Like Jay-Z said, I'm a businessman. You feel me? So it's like what Tommy's talking about is you're publishing your copyrights, registering your business as an LLC. Then let's say you have a studio where y'all record at. That could be a whole separate business that just does the recording, right? And that could invoice you, and a lot of these cats that are in the street, they're getting all this money and they don't realize how they can structure themselves to be legit and not really have to deal with it. Because you notice every hot rapper come out and then they got a fair case the next week. It's like, it's ridiculous, right? So that's definitely critical. So, so Doe, talk about it from your perspective. What rappers have you seen where they create a brand, like Tommy's saying, but they don't have none of the copyrights, trademarks, none of the stuff on the brand or the merchant stuff. Like what I'm rocking right now, this is Bags Over Bills. This is my line. You know what I'm saying? What we represent is basically, it's like saying assets over liabilities, but it's in the context of someone from a street perspective, right? Getting to the bag, doing every decision you make is about growing your money instead of just creating another bill. So talk about it from your perspective, advice that you would give an artist right now, or somebody such as yourself who's the executive behind the scenes.
Well, like I said, just don't start right away jumping off the porch thinking you got it all figured out. It's like my man was saying, it starts with a plan and the execution. You got to have your paperwork right. I've had artists literally come to me and I had to backpedal, meaning I had to go and do the trademarks, the copyright, the publishing after the fact. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be like that. We should start ground zero and then work our way up. You know what I'm saying? Right. So again, sometimes you got to educate yourself too. I always tell artists, give yourself time. Like kind of just sit back and watch, observe, or just do the knowledge and educate yourself on the business before you want to take a step into this. Because this is not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you equipped and you built for this.
Right. So we're gonna bring your artists on. Without further ado, we're gonna get the brother in the building, TZ. You know what I'm saying? Let's get him on the camera. You know what I'm saying? Live in action. I seen him. He was running around a little bit. So,
gang. TZ, where you at?
Yo.
Yeah, we live. You know what I'm saying? We live on the joint, Boss Talk, baby. What's going on with
you? What's good?
What's good,
I'm at the crib chilling right now with my shorty.
Yes, sir.
So let the people know what you got going on, man. I've been hearing a lot of good things. I checked out your joints, man. You definitely got some heat rocks up in there, man. So, let the people know if they never heard of you. Like I said, we have artists from all over the country. So, let the streets know what you bringing to the table.
Man, I'm just bringing me. Really, I don't feel like there's a real way to describe it. It's like I'm just making my music. I make it for me, but I also want people to relate to it and stuff like that. So it's like I just speak about the problems I got going on. I feel like a lot of people can relate to stuff I got going on. And especially like right now, stuff's all crazy right now. Like, this has been a overly crazy year. Overly crazy year.
Yeah, it's been nuts, man. Talk about how the pandemic, being an artist, man, has that killed your creativity or enhanced it? Because I know when everything started for me, it was
It
like
killed all the shows. It killed all the shows so far. I did one show. I did my album release party in September. And then I did a show in Denver, probably like a little before that, but I ain't really done too much.
Put you on the one in Gary.
Yeah. And Doe put me on a show in Gary. But other than that, I ain't really done too many shows, to be honest. But I done made a few moves. I copped the studio.
Okay.
Because all the studios was shut down, so it's like I ain't really had nowhere to record, so I went and got a studio, and I'm trying to get that up and going now. What else? We doing the clothing stuff too, as you can see.
Right.
Yeah, sir.
Man.
You know what I'm just trying to get it.
Nah, that's what the movie is.
There we go. But a bunch of stuff. But music-wise, you know, I just been chilling and recording and waiting because there ain't really been too many shows. We've been doing a lot of videos, but it didn't really stop the creative process, you know. It's like I dropped the album August 31st, 30 days. But it's like I got a lot of music made already too, so we just continuing to make music even though we can't really do too many shows.
Yeah, tell them about TZ Tuesdays.
Oh yeah. We drop a song or a video every Tuesday called TZ Tuesday. You know, it's just like something to keep people entertained and keep them checking in.
Right.
Because my photographer had me watching Russ interviews. Actually, my boy Zach had me watching Russ interviews, and Russ was dropping a song like every week, like once a week on Monday or something like that, and it's still dropping albums. And it's like, really, it's like I made all this music, and I'm just like, oh, I need to release it, but then it's like I want to just put out projects, and it's like, nah, just drop that shit.
Right. Yeah, every week, every Tuesday.
Just drop that shit.
Right. And now we dropping next Tuesday. We kicking it back off on December 1st. You want to talk about that, bro?
Yeah, it's called Egyptian Cotton. We were just with the video guy in my studio earlier trying to figure out a concept for the video, but we back at it. I got a couple more projects I'm gonna release. I got probably like 2 joint albums with 2 of my different homies that I'm gonna release. And then I got like 3 albums done already that I'm just waiting, picking the times for. So it's like we got a lot of stuff going still. I'm just hoping stuff opens up more because I want to do stuff. I miss having shows. I miss all the fun, the fun parts of it. You know, it's like now we got to find extra ways to get paid from this because there ain't no shows. So it's like, damn.
Right, and that's something I want to talk about because you already showing that you're doing other things. There's 2 good things that I heard. One, obviously, is the clothesline, the merch, and that's why I think everybody who's already been putting in the work is now, you know, able to just transition. We all know from back in the day or in the streets or whatever, one thing close up, another thing open right up. You're able to transition, and now you know what I mean? If it's 3 for 10, if it's 20 for 2, you know what I mean? Whatever it is, you can switch it up. Or you completely change the game because you as an artist, you're doing 2 things. You're dropping a consistent content on a schedule. And I think that's very important. I have seen that Russ interview as well. And he talks about, you know, how many weeks in a row and week after week dropping those singles. And sometimes people don't get to them right then and there. But what happens is one person tells another person tells another person. And, you know, that's very critical. And also by you doing it on a schedule, it allows your fan base to expect something from you. So you're training them to look for your content every Tuesday, and then they tell and think about even Tuesday as a day. It's not like you're competing with 30 other things going on. So now you create this, you know what I'm saying? Tuesday, boom, now you got your own thing. So that's definitely great branding. Hats off to y'all for doing that. I see the artwork in the back. You know what I mean? All that fly stuff. Now let's talk about Queso, right? I checked the single out. It's definitely fire. We're getting ready to get to it right now, but what's some things? Let's do that. Let's get to the single, and then I'll get your thoughts on it. So let me share the screen. I already got it queued up, and it might take 1 second, but we'll get right to it. and we're gonna debut it here live. This is Boss Talk Live. You feel what I'm saying? This is one of Chicago's finest. And we're gonna get to one of these songs. Song Queso, TZ Done in the building. You know what I mean? My man Dope from the Go. Let's get to it. Let's see how the streets is feeling about it.
Oh, I'm just gonna play the whole video too.
Yeah, we got you. So does this stupid computer start acting right? All right.
Oh yeah, this ain't it.
Nah, this ain't even it right here.
Oh, this Peso joint. Okay, I got you. Hold up. My bad.
Peso on the record, but that ain't it.
Yeah, no, that's Peso.
No, it started as it. I think it went to the next one.
Yeah, no, I had it queued up, so it got messed up. I got you. Hold on. Let me back up. So while we waiting for it, while technical difficulties happen, you feel me? We live on the air, so it's been a crazy night. All right, so we got the official video right here. So this is the world premiere. Okay, so let's get to it.
What's up? You gonna make it full screen?
I got you, brother. I got you.
Hey.
I hit my amigo for that, yeah, yo, shit don't move unless we say so. On that paper like a staple, we gon' bust it like a Draco. Tryna pour some lean in Texas, so I hit up peso. Bout my cheese, cheddar, queso. Know my beats don't shop at Rainbow. Shawty calling, I ignore, stepping on them bricks like Legos. Getting money like I'm touring, got that coke that look like mayo. Money sitting on the scale, I got 10, I got paid. Try to make a sale, pussy tuck your tail.
My nigga say he got 10, he got paid. We finna go to the county and break my man's out of jail. This is crack rock talk, nigga serve you with no skill. This is jackpot block, nigga, everything on sale. I got white, I got brown, boy that shit look like a deal. Can I tell you a secret? I saw some hard to the man. Then I hit it for my partner and she acting like I care. Yo bitch is for my partner to get next to me, these hoes are weird. Backwood full of gas, but I used to smoke on squares. And a square ain't a cigarette, won't say that over here. I'm fucking on a nigga mama and I'm pulling out her hair. And then I'm ready to do my hair. Goddamn, I'm a player.
I hit my amigo for that, yeah, yo, shit don't move unless we say so. On that paper like a staple, she gon' bust it like a Draco. Tryna pour some lean in Texas, so I hit up peso. Bout my cheese, cheddar, queso. Know my beats don't shop at Rainbow. Shawty calling, I ignore, stepping on them bricks like Legos. Getting money like I'm touring, got that coke that look like mayo. Money sitting on the scale, I got 10, I got paid. Try to make a sale, till you pussy tuck your tail. Try to pull up in the foreign fiends, calling for that fuego. I got ecstasy and coke, a bitch, I'm off the chain like Django. Know some killers, they be killing, got them guns that look like Halo. I put gold in my mouth, and I bought that off the yayo. Niggas soft, just like Play-Doh. I got kids, I don't play though. I'm a boss, you a worker, know some amigos. I ain't Quavo, nose goes, got that nasal. We connected like this cable, stay with Kane like I'm able. Niggas fake, living fables. I'm just trying to check the bag, TSA, for that payroll. Catching flights, I'm jet lagged. I be moving, that's okay though, nigga. I ain't gotta brag, you just mad and you stay broke. The spot get high, I lay low. I been high like volcano. I hit my amigo for that, yeah, yo, shit don't move unless we say so. On that paper like a staple, she gon' bust it like a Draco. Tryna pour some lean in Texas, so I hit up peso. Bout my cheese, cheddar, queso. Know my beats don't shop at Rainbow. Shawty calling, I ignore, stepping on them bricks like Legos. Getting money like I'm touring, got that coke that look like mayo. Money sitting on the scale, I got 10, I got paid. Try to make a sale, till you pussy tuck your tail. My amigo for that, yeah, yo, shit don't move unless we say so. On that paper like a staple, she gon' bust it like a Draco. Tryna pour some lean in Texas, so I hit up peso. Bout my cheese, cheddar, queso. Know my beats don't shop at Rainbow.
All right. That was fire. So, you know what I mean? That was definitely. Let me set this up back right. Yeah, that was definitely fire, man. Hold on one second. All right. So, let's talk about that joint, man. I mean, it's definitely fire. It has its own unique style, its own flavor. You know what I'm saying? Let the people know what went into the production, who did the beat. You know, how you get your man Peso on there. You feel me? And all that, and the whole look of the video, because it's definitely something different than the average hip hop video right now.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. I mean, my boy Sinster shot it. We went out to Houston to do it. And my boy Sinsters is from El Paso. It didn't even go the original way we were supposed to do it. We changed plans like 3 times to do it. Because we was originally supposed to go to South by Southwest to meet them out there and shoot it.
Right.
And then South by Southwest got canceled. And then we was going out there. We were supposed to meet up with him the day we got out there, and they had to do some shit. So then it was like they had a show in Austin. And we was like, all right, we'll link up with them the next day. So we drove out to Austin from Houston, and we was at the show with them, and we shot some there, and then we went to the studio. Really, you know, I sent a random ass email out. I seen him because I've been listening to his music. I fuck with his music. I seen on his Instagram or some shit, he said he was doing verses. So I was like, what's up? I hit him up. And then we did it. My boy Kai, like we hit him up and they asked me to send the bread. And I was like, damn, I don't even actually have a song ready. And my boy Kai was at my crib. He goes by Kai Hightower. He was at my crib with his computer and we were making beats. I was like, boy, we finna make this right now. So I showed him a couple Peso songs. And then I was like, we need to make something like my sound, but still something he could fuck with.
Right.
And we came with that. And like, as he was making the beat, I wrote the hook like right there. So it's like, it wasn't even like it took a lot of time. It was actually really like that. And then we got a session probably like a week after, and I sent it to him, rough draft, and then he threw his verse and sent his vocals back, and then I went and made a actual real version of it. And then,
all right.
It is. We drove out there.
Yeah, man. So I'm letting the DJs know that you on here live right now. So they're gonna check it out. So, you know, like I said, you also got another track. We're going, you know what I'm saying? You know, we try to take care of the artists when they come through. You feel what I'm saying? We know how it is. And also to let you know, this live is going to be re-aired. We chop it up into different segments and then we blast it on YouTube or a bunch of different places. So let's get into this next single, you know, Verify. Now, this video is even different from the last video because it got a nice storyline to it. You know what I'm saying? That's like that old pop joint. I seen it in my homeboy video. And then she was in my video. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, who?
Nah, I'm saying the old Tupac joint. When they every other city we go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The old shit. But no, I'm saying each one of your videos is totally different. You feel me? Got its own sound and flavor. So talk about that real quick while we queue up the next joint.
Oh yeah, that's what we trying to do. You know, it's like my favorite rapper is where is he at? I can't see past my fucking head. Wheezy, you feel me?
Right.
I'm trying to get it. There we go. Anyway, my favorite rapper, Lil Wayne, you feel me? And it's like, he got at least 2 songs that somebody likes. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck who you are. There's at least minimum 1, but at least 2 songs that somebody likes per song, you feel me? Like, you can't say, oh yeah, the motherfuckers be like, I don't like Lil Wayne, but I do like this one song though. You feel me? So that's my approach. I just make as much music and different sounds and try to do whatever as long as I like it. You know, it's like I don't really pick music that I make with intention. A lot of times, like I write some songs with intention, but it really be just how the beat make me feel. And then from there, I just go with that. So, you know, and then it's like some songs people ain't gonna like. Some songs people are gonna like. It's like one person might like all my songs. Right. One person's probably only gonna like one, but my whole approach is like, I got something for you. If you don't like this one, you gonna like one of these next 10, I promise you that.
Right. I feel you. All right, so with that being said, let's get to the joint right now. This is TZ Dub and the Swim Team. This is Verified. Boss Talk Live. You know what I mean? The whole Chicago stand up. This is going down right now.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just playing the song.
Check like I'm verified. Yeah, be high as a satellite. Being broke should make you terrified. I'ma start going with your telescope. Watch me blow up like I'm dynamite. Cash coming in an envelope. See how we eating, no appetite. Shorty say that I'm incredible. I need to check like I'm verified. Yeah, be high as a satellite. Being broke should make you terrified. I'ma start going with your telescope. Watch me blow up like I'm dynamite. Cash coming in an envelope. See how we eating, no appetite. Shorty say that I'm incredible.
Do you like pina coladas? Yeah. Can you meet me in Nevada? I got the luck of the Irish. Ain't got no drinks in my armor. I got a mink in the armor that I don't need in the summer. I wear it with no shirts and chains on. My charmer the charmer. Oh my God, you had one job. That was the pop. And niggas be wanting to loud, but I'm the point guard. It's a big shot, Bob. I'm forever young, but you are my son, so get off my lawn. Whenever she wrong, she try to switch the topic. She Brittany toxic, she Bobby Whitney toxic. I send it to Yam whenever them pics be popping. I send it to Yam
Whenever you popping, check like I'm verified. Yeah, be high as a satellite. Being worship.
Telescope. Watch me blow up like I'm dynamite.
Check coming in the envelopes.
No appetite. Shawty say that I'm incredible. I need to check like I'm verified. Yeah, be high as a satellite. Being broke should make you terrified. I'ma start go get your telescope. Watch me blow up like I'm dynamite. Cash coming in the envelope. See where we eat, no appetite. Shawty say that I'm incredible. It's like a marathon. I'm on a different paradigm. I'm paralyzed.
Say that I'm American. Because you inadequate.
It's evident. It feels like a therapist. And we don't need no evidence. The hangman was excellent. I said I had like the exorcist. I'm going out with that extra shit. Got to work, I'm a specialist. I'm like a terrorist. I'm fly like a fighter
jet.
Experiment. You ever had an experience? Get a pussy, she curious. Got these rap niggas furious. Like a trip, you delirious. I'm the goat nigga, period. Probably need me a chariot. Get the money buried. I'm a married.
Start the front of Harrison. Yeah,
should make you terrified. I'ma start going with the telescope. I'm like I'm dynamite.
Check them in envelopes.
No appetite. Shorty say that I'm incredible. I need to check like I'm verified. Yeah, be high as a satellite. Me and bro should make you terrified. I'ma start going with the telescope. Like I'm dynamite. Yeah, I'm in the envelope. No appetite. Shorty say that I'm incredible.
Damn, we lost them.
Yeah. Coming back. The host is coming back. Trust that.
What's good, my boy? You in the city?
Man, you know me, man. I'm real wild with it, baby. I'm real wild with it, baby.
Always OT.
You know what I mean? Always working though.
Always.
Straight up. Video gonna be crazy though.
Hell yeah. Huh?
That Egyptian joint. Video gonna be crazy for that.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. You heard it, yeah?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. My apologies, man. This internet been acting crazy, but nah, the joint is definitely dope. Like I said, we gonna do a lot of rotation. So before we get out of here, I'll let them see the video. We'll end off with that so then they can see the visual. But like I said, it's been a lot of crowd. I don't know what's going on tonight. Must be a lot of people on their cell phones or something because the internet been acting crazy all night. But it's all good. So definitely, Verified is definitely one of those joints I can see definitely getting to the top of the playlist. Queso is dope too, but I think that just got that bop. You know what I mean? For the club, that's one of them joints that's going to definitely, play well in a DJ set. So talk about, you know what I'm saying, putting that together. And I see the video, we see the photo shoots in the video and everything as far as the fashion. And then you had the game show theme. So talk about that real quick.
Man, to be real, so how we even made the song, we went to New York, me and my manager and the other artist on the swim team. His name's JDP. He got the last verse.
Right.
Because the guy who went first, his name's T White. He lives in New York, or actually shit, I think he just moved to Cali, but he was living in New York at the time. and we went out to New York because they had a show, and my ass ate an edible. So I had just started smoking weed again. I had stopped smoking weed for like damn near like 5 months, and I ate an edible and got on the plane. I was done, bro. I'm talking about like, nigga, I was so motherfucking high, bro. Like my ass was canceled. I was done. I was falling asleep everywhere and all this shit. I get to the studio, I'm just like, they're like, yeah, let's go to the studio. And I'm just like, I'm pretty much luggage. I'm being brought everywhere. I'm dead as hell. And we at the studio and my ass is just there. This nigga's like, damn, bro, you off a Xan? I'm like, nah, I ate an edible. I'm just sitting there asleep. I couldn't wake up. And then T's cousin is the actual producer of it. His name is Tino on the keys. My bad, my son over here trying to grab shit.
It's all good. Man, been crazy tonight, man. It's all good.
One of them nights.
Yeah, his ass tweaking. He played this beat, and as soon as he played it, I just popped up. Like I was like, boom, this. I want to write to this. Let's do it right now. I just like came back to life. I was dead as hell. I was like, I was gone. And then I just came back, and then I like wrote the hook, like probably like 10, 15 minutes, and just laid it down. And then everybody's like, hell yeah, this is it. And then we all wrote our verses and recorded it. Then probably like 3 months later, because we had been talking about doing a video, but then I don't think we ever really did no serious shit. So we finally all got on a group call, and we came up with concepts and shit. And I was just like, maybe a game show or a photo shoot or something like that. I was thinking like The Price is Right, but we ended up doing some Jeopardy type shit, which is still good. But we hollered at my boys, Born Ready Films. They shot a few of my videos. They shot Moon Rocks, Paul Walker, Way Up. They were really good. They be doing Budweiser commercials and all type of like shit for like people that are on as hell. They came up with some ideas and ran them past us, and we were like, yeah. And then we told them what we wanted, and they're like, yeah, we can combine them together, the photo shoot and the game show idea. One would be like, the game show would be like the main theme of the shit, and then like the photo shoot, you know, is just like secondary type stuff, because it's like, you know, we're verified, we're celebrities, we're trying to make it
right. So definitely, man, I definitely like the whole visual, the concept, everything that's on there, because it's letting people know that you're different. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just sharing this out to a couple different spots so everybody can know that we on. And we live, you know what I'm saying, a couple hip hop groups, international groups, stuff like that. But yeah, man, I mean, so anything you want people to know as far as your personal story, things that they could connect to you, and then we're gonna break down what we're doing with Boss Talk Nation and the whole text blast and all of that.
I mean, as far as with my music, I'm trying to bring back like the entertaining part of it back, how it used to be. Like all the videos, you used to want to watch videos and be like, damn, this video is raw as hell, you know. It's like nowadays it just be like a lot of niggas in a room with their shirts off, turning up and guns, and be like, you know, that's cool, don't get me wrong, that's cool, you feel me? If you with the shit, you with the shit. I ain't gonna never try to take that from you feel me? Right. But it's like, you got 10 videos like that, nigga, that shit get boring. I got like 47 videos from my very first video to now. So it's like, you know, they can't all be party videos. They can't all be turn up videos. I'm trying to make some stuff that's like more artistic and entertaining. Right. Like whether I'm with the shit or not, you can come find that shit out for yourself. It's like, that's a whole different fucking story. You feel me? That it's like the game is to be sold, not told. We trying to make art. So, right. You know, I just want people to enjoy it. That's really all it is. It's right. Like whether it be some of my like more chill songs or whether it be some of my more trap shit, you know, I just want to give you something that you're going to be like, damn, I watched that shit. I should probably watch it again because maybe there's something I missed. Right. Or something like that, you know?
Right. Well, I think your style is definitely something that's going to appeal to a wide variety of people. And I think that's something that a lot of artists are lacking, a personality. Because they forget that this is entertainment. And this is a lesson for all you rappers that's out here, especially with cats that's from the real trenches. You know what I'm saying? People that's from Chicago, whether you're from the East Coast, West Coast, the Midwest, the South, wherever. What TZ was just explaining is you want to show something that makes you different. even if you live, you the livest dude from your hood and history, the people that's buying the music, it got to be more than just what's on Instagram and I got the big chopper and da 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 da, because ain't nobody watching but the Fed. You see what I'm saying? And I think we broadcasting a lot of what was considered back in the day to be, you know, seen and not heard. You feel what I'm saying? Where people that know who's who, and when it's come time for that, then that's the whole impact of getting live. Because if you live 24/7 on TV, that's not reality. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you know, I think you muted TZ. You got to unmute.
Oh, my bad. Half these niggas who be rapping don't even be doing the shit they be rapping about. They just be clout chasing, and then they get themselves in a jam because they rapping and shit, and the shit get real for their ass, and then they get fucked up in the shit. It's like, you should have just been trying to do some entertaining yourself. Like,
right. So talk about that a little bit from you being an artist and you know, being from Chicago. And do you feel like artists, everybody from Chicago is getting put in the drill music lane? And, you know, just talk about when you talk to, you know, you do interviews or when you deal with fans and shows, like you talk about different cities, Denver and different spots. Do you feel when they hear you from Chicago, they think they need extra security and all that? Or how?
I had a hell of different many experiences actually, because it's like when people meet me, because I done met people who listen to my music in other states and shit, and then I done met random people and they hear me for the first time and they're like, "Oh damn, you're from Chicago? Are you a drill rapper or this, that, or the other?" And it's like, "Nah, I'm not no drill rapper." It's like, I'm a whatever rapper. I do whatever is close, whatever is I'm feeling at the time. You know, I'm an artist. I do whatever. Not to say that I don't know those people or I don't be anywhere or be around the people who do such things. You feel me? It's like, if you listen to my music, you're going to know what I'm talking about. You're going to know what the fuck I do. So it's like, I'm not going to tell somebody I'm one specific type of thing. You could just listen if you're really trying to see, you know. But it'd be like, people from that aren't from here, I've definitely gotten a lot of reactions. Like people like, "Oh, you're from Chicago." It's like, is it dangerous out there? And it's like, people really act like they think like, "Oh yeah, niggas is just dying everywhere here. Like no matter where you go, you're just gonna get shot." I had a fan who lives in Michigan. My boy Zach, he came out here for his first time and he was like worried. He asking me like, "Am I gonna get shot if I go out there?" And I'm just like, "Come on, bro. Where the fuck do you think I live? Like, what the fuck? Like, you just think like damn, bro, I live in a nice, decent neighborhood. Like, my crib is decent as hell. Like, what is you talking about, bro?" I was like, his ass. It's like even if you were to come here and you're not from here, you think I'm just gonna take you to somewhere where you know you're not supposed to be. It's like it'd be different if it's like, all right, one of my gangbanger homies from another place come out here and they want to see the streets out here. And it's like, all right, we finna go to the hood versus like somebody who's just like another person or a listener, a fan or a friend or some shit. Like, yeah, CZ brought me to Chicago and he took me to the ghetto, like
to the savages. It's like, yo, but just, you know, that's real interesting because I know, you know, being from Jersey, you know, it's the same thing. Like I was born in New York and you got cats who feel like, now I'm not gonna lie, you got neighborhoods like Queensbridge and a lot of rappers there here at Queensbridge, right? And they never been there. And when you go there, it's 40 blocks, it's 16 buildings on 40 blocks, and it's all projects, the biggest housing project in the world, really, right? And just to make it out of that, so I think talk to the youth right now that may be listening to say, like you said, you may not live right now. We grown men, we raising families, we doing our thing, you know, in the entertainment business. But we all in there. We all come from where we come from, you know, one way or another. You know, by the grace of God, we made it out to tell our story today. But
yeah, you know, it's like I was just at the studio today with my cousin. You feel me? It's like this is my blood. You feel me? This is who I be with. Right. This is one of them niggas. I make the call. He's the one who's gonna come. You feel me? He gonna bring the homies who's gonna do exactly what the fuck we be talking about, because that's where they be. That's what they do. You feel me? He the big homie for them. You feel me? He rap too. He do all of that shit. He be chilling. Right. It's just like, that shit is a real thing. And it's like the music has changed a lot of people's perspective, period. Like Chief Keef has definitely made a gigantic impact. There's UK drill, Australian drill, fucking Scottish drill, like all types of drill. You feel me? It's like the niggas in New York be rapping over UK drill beats.
Right.
It's like I got a guy who I buy beats from who's in the UK, and he done sent me a few UK drill beats. I'm like, damn, this shit hard to sell. But it's like Chief Keef made all of that shit damn near pop off for everybody, and now it's like now everybody wants to drill, and it's just like it's crazy as fuck because it's like hella people want to drill, and it's like a good portion of these people ain't even about that life. They don't live that life. They're just trying to make the fucking music, and these niggas is out here dying because they're trying to make music. It's like, man, be yourself.
Right. And that's the message of tonight, man. No matter where you from, if you're talented, you're gonna get discovered. And be yourself, because at the end of the day, I mean, it's hard. You gotta pay 50 goons, man. You see other rappers that's out right now. We ain't gonna name no names, but they can't even go outside without literal, real security, man. I say the one thing coming out after the verses, and they showed that a couple cats had the footage outside. A lot of people,
even the ones who don't move with security, the real stepper niggas, the real gangbangers, the real niggas who's out here doing drills and shit, they can't go nowhere. They go to their hood and they go to a few locations, but there's hella places they can't go. I go everywhere. I'll be by myself. I'll be with my boys. You feel me? It's like I go wherever the fuck. I'm not worried about nobody. Not to say that nobody can't touch me or some shit. It's like that's not real. Anybody can be touched, but it's like I don't got no ops. I don't got no problems with nobody. I mind my fucking business. Like in Chicago, the key part to staying safe is mind your fucking business. If you're not in that shit and you're not about that shit, don't do that shit. Don't try to do that shit. Don't say you do that shit. If that's not you, that's not you. If you're not a drug dealer, don't go try to sell drugs. Take your ass to school or go get a fucking job. It's like, if you rap, nigga, go rap. Don't join some shit just so you can have content. It's like content should be coming from your life. The reason my music is decent is because I'm rapping about what the fuck I really do. I'm not talking about some fucking fabricated ass story. And it's like, I know niggas, bro. I have met niggas and I be chilling with these niggas. I don't chill with them like for real, but I've chilled with these niggas and they be talking and they be rapping about shit. And it's like, bro, I be with you. I know you don't do this shit. I be like, they be like, yeah, hop on the song, T. Hop on the song, T. I be like, I'm decent. I'm good.
Because when the bullshit hit the fan,
you ain't gonna catch me with these capping ass niggas. Niggas be like, that's your boy though. Hell nah, fo. That's a nigga I know.
No, I'm with you. So talk about that. What you just was saying. It's like, I think a lot of rappers, that what I would say is this, and Joe Budden talks about this a lot. This is the only genre where artists feel like they forced to have to be super real, super killer to be accepted, where we don't look at actors after they do a gangster movie. We're not running up on Pacino saying, yo, man, you really mafias, you really the boss, blah, 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 blah. Or somebody play a serial killer in a movie. We're not asking them if they really out here killing people. But why, when it comes to hip hop, somebody, because now I'm with what you're saying as far as people perpetrating a fraud. That's just obvious, right? Because you're supposed to have authenticity. But when you talk about entertainment, I think some of that has to be addressed with the fan base, because we're looking at these young men as, we know it ain't all super real. I mean, at this point, we live in the social media age. But as an artist, do you feel like before you develop the style you have now, and we all, started with one way and then developed the style.
Yeah, we all started capping and bullshitting in the beginning. I was definitely capping and bullshitting in the beginning. I was a child though, I've been rapping since I was 10 years old. I'm 13, 14, rapping about shit I ain't got no business rapping about. You feel me? But also, I was 13, 14, 15, hanging out in the streets. I was sneaking out at 13. I was sneaking out at 14. You feel me? It's like, I can't really speak for nobody else.
Right.
But for me, what makes me like somebody's music is if they're really about it. Like the real shit, you can feel it when you listen to it. You can feel when it's real versus like when it's not. It's like, it's sad that niggas gotta fake to try to get clout and shit. And then they end up getting their ass killed because they was out here not really doing it. Or they was really out here doing it. And that's what they got their ass killed. Right. And it's like, That's why I'm not a drill rapper. I'm not gonna say that that's my lane. You feel me? I'm not out here with looking for the ops or doing this, that, and the other. But it's like if I don't fuck with you and we got an issue, we either gonna talk it out or I'm gonna come find your ass. So it's like,
right, I'm with you. I'm with you. So
it just really come, huh?
I was gonna say, let the people know where they can find you, and then we're gonna get into this verified, and we're gonna definitely show the video this time. I already got it queued up, so we're good to go. And people get your music, your playlist, your Spotify links, all that, so they can get in contact with you and support your movement.
Man, you can find me anywhere. Just search T.Z. DUHH. That's TZ the I got 2 H's on it. You feel me? 2 H's. That's Dope Underground Hip Hop. Or just at TZDUHH, all one word. Or it's tzduh.com. That's ITSTZDUHH.com.
All right, dope. So same thing. Go let them know if people want to contact.
Subscribe to my YouTube. Subscribe to my fucking YouTube. I need to get millions of followers. I'm at 1,000 now. I need to get them watch hours up. Tell them, folks, we got to get them watch hours up so we can start big checks.
Yeah,
I'm with you. Hey, we all in the same thing. We on YouTube right now, so shoot, we're gonna be linking up for a couple more streams so we can all get our hours up. You feel what I'm saying? We gotta get the whole up. We gotta get everybody to jump on. You know what I mean? But yeah, go shout out your info, everything, your contacts.
Everything is Go from the Go. That's DOUGH from DAGO everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Facebook. I'm all over the net.
Hell yeah, shout out that nigga Doe. He mad official, G. He the reason this shit even happened, you feel me?
My boy. We locked in. Yeah, so the main thing tonight, is just create waves, don't ride them. You know what I'm saying? And that's that.
All right, so we're gonna get into this joint and then we're gonna start it off. But I want to thank you, brother.
Oh, my shit just died.
And you got
we lit. There it is, verified. Let's go. This video, I like it because we got a little concept to it.
Right.
I like videos that, they got a little treatment and, just entertainment,
Right. It's TZ Duh, Chicago. Let's go. Both
like I'm verified. Yeah, be high as a satellite. Being broke should make you terrified. I'ma start going to your telescope. Watch me blow up like I'm dynamite. Cash coming in the envelopes. See how we eating, no appetite. Shorty say that I'm incredible. I need to check like I'm verified. Yeah, be high as a satellite. Being broke should make you terrified. I'ma start going to your telescope. Watch me blow up like I'm dynamite. Cash coming in the envelopes. See how we eating, no appetite. Shorty say that I'm incredible.
Do you like pina coladas? Yeah. Can you meet me in Nevada? I got the luck of the Irish. Ain't got no dicks in my armor. I got a mink in the armoire that I don't need in the summer. I wear it with no shirts and chains on. My charm is a Oh my God, you had one job. That was the pop. And niggas be running the lob, and I'm the point guard. I'm Magic LeBron. It's a big shot, Bob. I'm forever young, but you are my son, so get off my lawn. Whenever she wrong, she try to switch the topic. She Britney toxic, she Bobby Whitney toxic. But I send a DM whenever them pics be popping. I send a DM whenever them pics be popping.
I need to check like I'm verified. Yeah, be high as a satellite. Being broke should make you terrified. I'ma start going with your telescope. Watch me blow up like I'm dynamite. Cash coming in the envelopes. See how we eating, no appetite. Shorty say that I'm incredible. I need to check like I'm verified. Yeah, be high as a satellite. Being broke should make you terrified. I'ma start going with your telescope. Watch me blow up like I'm dynamite. Cash coming in the envelopes. See how we eating, no appetite. Shorty say that I'm incredible. Ran like a marathon. I'm a whole different paradigm. Smoking kush till I'm paralyzed. They say that I'm arrogant. Hating cause you inadequate. I'm the best and it's evident. Guess it feels like a therapist. And we don't need no evidence. The hanging was excellent. Instead I had like the exorcist. No, I'm not with that extra shit. Got the work, I'm a specialist. I'm the bomb like a terrorist. And I fly like a fighter jet. Shorty wanna experiment? Give her ass an experience. Get a pussy, she curious. Got these rap niggas furious. Like a trip, you delirious. I'm the GOAT nigga, period. Probably need me a chariot. Get the money, you bury it. Let the game, I'ma marry it. Check the front, it's embarrassing. I need to check like I'm verified. Yeah, be high as a satellite. Being broke should make you terrified. I'ma start go get your telescope. Watch me blow up like I'm dynamite. Cash coming in the envelope. See how we eating, no appetite. Shorty say that I'm incredible. I need to check like I'm verified. Yeah, be high as a satellite. Being broke should make you terrified. I'ma start go get your telescope. Watch me blow up like I'm dynamite. Cash coming in the envelope. See how we eating, no appetite. Shorty say that I'm incredible.
It's hard to read the news, I'd rather be the news. Seem like y'all must read the clues. Y'all just vehicles, but that's your problem, fuck yeah. Like I'm living checking this shit like I'm about to kick the bucket. Pure adrenaline, feel like synonyms till I reach the surface. That nice, skate on beat like half life. Dive in hole like jackknife. Pull these strings like Jack White. I can't go for less, fuck a second best. Nah, I can't take the stress, too much intellect. Nah, I can't even rest. Till she manifest, black ass Mozart got shots on my can't stop. Last time I checked my buzz, Paul blood, more cop. Game time, my shots all got hang time. Cross your shit like gang signs, till everything in here mine.
I need to check like I'm verified. Yeah, be high as a satellite. Being broke should make you terrified. I'ma start go get your telescope. Watch me blow up like I'm dynamite. Cash coming in the envelopes. See how we eating, no appetite. Shorty say that I'm incredible. I need to check like I'm verified. Yeah, be high as a satellite. Being broke should make you terrified. I'ma start go get your telescope. Watch me blow up like I'm dynamite. Cash coming in the envelopes. See how we eating, no appetite. Shorty say that I'm incredible.
Yeah. Real music video, you know what I'm saying?
Man. Definitely. So that was my man.
Manager Jay.
Shout out Jay. Shout out the homie Jay.
Right?
Yeah, that's bro, man.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, man, he did a good job, man. Definitely video looks good, quality is good, the beat is good, the hook is catchy. That's all you really need. You got some hot lyrics in there. Hold on, let's go back. Hold on.
Man, check them out. I got more, bro. I'm telling you, I got like 47 videos on there.
All right. Well, we're going to have to bring you back for another round. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see, because I had another artist who was supposed to come through this week, and something happened with him. He couldn't get in. I know it's a holiday weekend, so it's a lot going on. So you're in the Boss Talk Nation now. So we know we got 40-something videos. Then we're going to bring you back 40-something weeks in a row. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're going to always
let
come
me
through.
know.
We're going to let you come through, man. But, you know, definitely, I just wanted to thank y'all brothers for coming through, showing love, let everybody in the, you know what I mean, the go know that Boss Talk got them. You know what I mean? Anybody from your clique that is in your circle, producers, so, you know, even local businesses, because this is, we do the hip hop at 9 to kind of like let y'all have y'all own, we got our own zone with the music. But we also feature businesses, you know, people that's in the community that's doing things, because we need a platform for them to shine. So this is going to be the platform for from city to city to city, and we put all these markets together, and we got the whole nation. You feel me? So, you know, like I said, once again, thank y'all brothers for coming through, and we're going to check y'all out. It's my man TZ Doug, Dope from the Go, and look for them, and they definitely going to be on the playlist near you. And Boss Talk Nation got them, so you're going to hear them all over the map. So that's what's up. So I'm going to holler at y'all brothers next time.
Peace.
Yeah, bro.
All right, so that's been another good show. This has been Late Night Boss Talk, a.k.a. Boss Talk Live. This is your host, Jay Gibson. You know what I mean? The new face of finance. Get used to it. Big shout to Bags Over Bills. If you're looking for that hot merch, go to bagsoverbills.com, special edition. You know what I mean? We got sweatshirts, we got hoodies, T-shirts, whatever you want. You know what I mean? But tonight was a lot of things. We talked about the community. Big shout to my man for coming through. My man Sticks came through the building. Wayne the Barber came through the building, and the one and only John McClane. Make sure you check out for his book that he's got going on. And like I said, this is the platform for the streets. So whether you're a creator, whether you're a community activist, whether you're a business owner, or you're just somebody from the hood that got an opinion, if you know what I mean, you want to come through, and I'll vet you and make sure you're official, you can come through, because we're trying to open this up. So if you're somebody who's looking to get opportunities to get exposure, y'all need to hit me up 844-700-BOSS. That's 844-700-2677. If you're an artist and you're trying to get your music out there and get discovered by some of the top DJs in the world. That's right. It's not just your town. It's not just my town. It's in the world. We have DJs from Canada, DJs from the UK, DJs from all over America that are in key markets that are on radio and on satellite and everywhere in between. Some of the top playlists that's on Spotify. We got some of those people. So, like I said, we do the marketing PR. Big shout out to my man Tommy Brooks, Matt Sims, everybody over there, amplified by us, Stop Beefing Radio. My man Manny, big shout out to him. I know he's somewhere doing his thing. We're going to start having live DJs come on from, wherever they DJing at in the clubs and stuff like that. And like I said, if you're trying to get exposure, if you're trying to get your business out there, if you need advice on how to build your brand, you need to hit me up, bro. 844-700-BOSS. That's 844-700-2677. This has been another great live stream. Y'all see we had a little technical difficulty in the beginning, but I appreciate y'all riding out. And that's just an example of what you need to do when you hit with adversity. You just keep going. I didn't shut down the stream. I didn't say, yo, I'll hit y'all next week. We just figured it out. We just kept going, and we got everything right. So like I said, check us out, Boss Talk Nation. Follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, everywhere, even TikTok. TikTok showing us a lot of love. Boss Talk _live, right? Just like you see on the screen, Boss Talk _live. Or you could text or call 844-700-BOSS. If you text the word promo, we will automatically get with you. If you're a DJ, text the word Boss Talk. You get the new exclusives, delivered to your phone daily. No more going on email blast with 29 different people emailing you crap you never heard of. No more paying money to so-called get the plug with the exclusives. We got stuff 2 and 3 days early. If you got an independent label and you need some real marketing, you need somebody to get you on those big websites and get you, get your videos and your music more exposure on the good playlists that you need to be heard on, there's the spot, man. 844-700-BOSS. And like I said, if you're just trying to get that exposure, we coming to a city near you. So you need to get in tune with us, man. I'd like to thank y'all. Hope y'all be safe. Catch y'all next week. And we're going to tune in next time. Boss Talk Live. Check for us. Have a good night. Let's play that outro one more time before we get out of here. And then we're going to get out of here for the night. Peace. All right, Boss Talk Nation, Boss Talk Live, new face of finance. Y'all know what it is. Come back next week. 844-700-BOSS. That's 844-700-BOSS.